What's going on, everyone? Diskin Young here. So today I wanted to talk about a topic that I probably get asked the most about on my day-to-day life, especially with being a real estate broker, and that is, when is the market going to go down and should I try to time the market? Let's get into that right now. So the reality is everybody just wants a deal, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a deal. The issue comes when people get so obsessed with only getting a deal that they don't get in the market. They'll sit on the sidelines and wait before doing a deal until they can perfectly time the market and get in at the very bottom. And if they try to do that, they're going to always be thinking, oh, it's probably going to go down more. It's going to probably go down more. And they're never going to actually jump in and get into the market. And that's why I always say time in the market is much more important than timing the market. We're going to go through some advantages of time in the market, especially in real estate. Real estate has some big advantages to time in the market over timing the market. And honestly, guys, the truth is it is extremely hard. Almost nobody can perfectly time the market. Yes, every once in a while you're going to get lucky and be able to time the market perfectly. But if you're trying to do that as your strategy, you're going to have a very hard time investing. When you look at the stock market, the S&P 500, for example, if you miss the best 10 or 20 days of trading, your returns significantly go down. Rather than if you would have just been in the market the entire time, your returns skyrocket. And that's also an advantage of compound interest, is what I've talked about before. Compound interest is huge. And that goes along with the stock market of being time in the market as well, rather than trying to time the market itself. So, like I said before, there are some humongous benefits to being time in the market, especially in real estate. And let's go over those right now. So the first big one would be appreciation. Appreciation is one of the biggest advantages to having time in the market, getting in early and seeing your property appreciate. That combined with principal paydown, like you can see in this chart here, just gives you massive advantages with time being in the market, rather than trying to jump in halfway through that and drastically changing your appreciation schedule there. So with appreciation comes what would be the number 2 benefit to time in the market. That would be equity. As your house is appreciating and you're doing that mortgage paydown, that gap there is called equity. Equity can get massive for you in real estate, especially with time in the market. Ask anyone that bought a house instead of just recently. Ask anyone that bought a house, 6 years ago. Their equity has skyrocketed in the last few years. And that leads to number 3 big benefit to having time in the market rather than trying to time the market, which would be leverage. You're trying to leverage this equity. An example of this would be able to get a HELOC or a line of credit on your property, because you have so much equity that you're able to leverage that money that's not yet realized and actually leverage it to be able to purchase multiple other properties. I've seen so many investors be able to use HELOCs or lines of credit to build this massive portfolios, and that's one big advantage you guys get from having time in the market. With the appreciation, with the principal paydown, leads a ton of equity, and then be able to use that equity and leverage it into more properties and more potential situations where you can double down on that, and basically you're compounding your own equity into other future projects, which gives you also just massive advantages as well down the line. The 4th biggest one for time in the market rather than trying to time the market would be tax advantages. A lot of people, I actually know, I find this, I wouldn't suggest this, but I know a lot of people that buy properties and don't care if they ever cash flow because they want the tax advantages. You can take depreciation, for example, if you have a rental, and be able to use that depreciation over time is massive for your tax implications every single year. And rather than waiting 5-10 years from now to buy something, if you're able to start taking advantage of those tax advantages, then you're going to save yourself so much money just in that span of time. So again, equity, leverage, taxes, and the big one would be appreciation. Those 4 things are just reasons right there where time in the market is so much more important than timing the market. Again, guys, it's so hard to try to time the market. Just get in the market right now, get into play, get your feet wet, jump in, and reap all these benefits, and you're not going to be sorry that you did it. I hope this helped you guys. I'm going to be doing more videos on mostly real estate, but just investing in personal finance in general. Give me a follow and subscribe if you like it, and see you next time.